Well, the two teams, Villa and Leeds, are on their way out of the dressing rooms. This is a nervy, anxious time for all players at the top of that famous Wembley tunnel. It's a bit scary, I promise you, but it's also the reward time as well for a lot of effort and determination, and that includes the two proud managers who just went through the shop, Brian Little and Howard Wilkinson, manager of Leeds, who's here after 14 years of management for the first time. Now, Jack, I asked John who was going to win it. They're the two proud managers. Jack, who are you going to go for?
I would love Leeds to win for Howard and for Leeds United because I was there for years, but I can't really see it. I think Villa are a bit too well organised for them, and I would, on the day, fancy Villa.
OK, thank you. It's the 36th final in this competition. A place in Europe at stake as well. Will it be Villa or Leeds? Well, let's join our match commentators, Ron Atkinson, and first of all, Brian Moore.
Thank you, Bob. Good afternoon to everybody. Delighted to have Ron here with me. He's been here 3 times as a manager with Manchester United, Sheffield Wednesday, and 2 seasons ago as a winner with Aston Villa. But it's good to have him up here with me now on this terrific occasion. And their first job is just to remind you of the line-ups. Villa with that settled look about them. They'll play a game with 3 centre-backs, Southgate, McGrath and Ehiogu, and expect the full-backs Charles and Wright to storm quickly into opposing territory. 3 in the midfield, and then the combination of Milošević and Yorke in attack, which has worked so well for Villa. Here's Savo Milošević, his first season at Villa, and he's worked up a terrific following there at Villa Park. He's never scored in a Coca-Cola Cup game as Savo Milošević, still only 22 years old. And away we go. The Coca-Cola Cup final of 1996. Villa in the claret and blue. Here's Gary Charles for them, pumping it forward again towards Dwight Yorke. And there was a foul there by Pemberton on Yorke in the opening seconds, and a free kick to Aston Villa. Ehiogu's up from the back. Milošević will be one that they look for. McGrath's up from the back as well. Villa get it away, or rather Leeds get it away quite comfortably. Dinked in again nicely there, this. An offside flag up against Dwight Yorke. And quite clearly offside. A game today that generates something like £2.5 million in gate receipts. Lukic with the kick. Right to Yorke again. Draper, good break from the midfield here, and Villa are up in strength as well. They're a 4 up, but Draper being forced wide there by some good tracking by Carlton Palmer. But Villa's throw. Charles with it. Milošević. Draper, Townsend, speed, defending, another throw for Villa. Again it's Charles with the throw, finding Yorke, getting some support from Townsend in there. Yorke with chance to just play it to Milošević, no power, no problem. Comfortable early touch for Lukic.
Villa look to be brimming with confidence at the moment, Brian. Nice and bright. 1 or 2 good little passing movements. A very sharp little throw in there that nearly bore dividends for them.
McAllister in quickly. It was Gary Kelly who was right in there, right amongst the front runners too.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing was he was facing, he had his back to goal. I mean, Gary Kelly is going into uncharted territory there as a natural defender. I think if that had been ahead of him, that would have been a shooting opportunity.
Well, now the action swings to this end, a corner which McAllister will take, and Weatherall's up from the back. Radib is in there too. Yeboah will be a target.
Don't bet against the number 11 Speed. He is excellent in the air.
Speed, let's look for him as well then. It's a driven one there towards Weatherall. And Townsend in the end gives away a throw.
If can bet your life that Howard Wilkinson has spent hours upon hours this week on his preparation on set situations.
Speed with the throw. And again it's Speed to Ford, to Speed. Mark Ford again, a nice little ball played for Andy Gray. He's done well, but he's just run it out of play. But the 18-year-old, in fact, Howard Wilkinson was telling me yesterday, don't worry about his temperament, he's quite all right. And I noticed actually, Ron, just when that corner was being taken a little earlier on, he's, let's have a look at this first, that it's a corner, that he was actually scrapping with the Villa players. They were trying to hold him up, and he was not going to be intimidated by those Villa defenders.
Well, he's quite a tall young man, isn't he?
He is.
I mean, he showed an excellent awareness then with the movement, and I thought he was a bit unlucky not to get it. He was edged out a little bit by Andy Townsend on that movement.
Well, here's a free kick now for Villa, which Mark Draper will take. Ehiogu's up. Paul McGrath's up again.
Previous one, Dwight Yorke spun right round the back of this into free space.
And it'll be, in fact, there's a flag up for an offside, so it's a free kick to Leeds.
There's menace from both teams, isn't there? I mean,
yes.
when Villa send, like, they can send McGrath, Ehiogu, Big Taylor can get in there, and Dwight and Milošević, of course.
Remember, this is the 7th final in this competition for Aston Villa. It equals the record of Liverpool. And if Villa do win today, then their 5 victories will also match those of Liverpool's. Gray. This is Robbie, South African. That's an excellent ball he slung out there for Gary Kelly, but well, Kelly couldn't quite keep it in.
Don't think I've seen anybody hit a cross-field ball at Wembley since Jimmy Schooler used to hit them like that. Like, yeah, the 3-wood out hitting that one.
Alan Wright with the throw. Milošević. He's a handful. Don't worry, he's a handful. He'll miss goals, but he'll go on fighting for them. Here's Yeboah. Found it there, and beaten beautifully there by Ehiogu, and Robbie gets it back to Lukic. Should be no nerves about Lukic, his 17th season as a pro, the Leeds goalkeeper. Won a league title with Arsenal and with Leeds. Here's Milošević. Robbie having a little hack at him. Townsend. Draper. Milošević lying just a little bit deeper at the moment. Ford just getting the foot in for a moment. Now Townsend in support for Villa. Southgate. Draper. Kelly looking around. Howard Wilkinson, who in fact has moved Carlton Palmer out of the back 4 where he's been playing lately into the midfield. I think all of us felt that maybe he'd be marking Dwight Yorke, but you said before the start, no, he's not going to do that, and he isn't, is he?
No, I think they've got to get him in there to match Villa's energy, which they will obviously do. Young Ford will just sit and prompt. There'll be a big responsibility on McAllister and Palmer to sort of win the battle in there against Draper and Townsend. I did think that Howard may have took a little bit of a gamble and pushed Pemberton, who can do that job, onto Dwight Yorke.
Brian Little, the Aston Villa manager. Certainly got Villa moving this season again. They're 4th in the Premiership, remember. They have an FA Cup semi-final coming up as well. McGrath there, sure, as reliable as ever against Yeboah. But Yeboah getting the ball back now to Frankie Gray, or to Andy Gray, son of Frankie Gray. Mark Bosnich in the Villa goal. Fairfield, Australia. Hitting it long. Pemberton jumping. Not making a contact. Radibi gets it away. Strong challenge there by McAllister. Looked as though there might have been a bit of elbow leading towards Paul McGrath there.
He said go Gary McAllister there, but he was always trying to make up the ground.
Free kick to Villa, which Southgate will take. Little chip in there towards Ehiogu. He took a nudge in the back as well. Draper to Charles. Played in again to Milošević. Touched by him, didn't come off, and it's Ford. Kept his cool beautifully in the penalty area and found McAllister with a good pass, and Yeboah's gone streaming on ahead of him. This is a great run by McAllister, and he's got Gray on this side. Yeboah still waiting in the middle. And Kelly had got up as well, but the cross didn't do justice to the move that had gone on before it.
I think 2 minds there, Gary Speed. You know, probably didn't see to. I think if Brian Dean had been playing, he'd have just tossed that one in first ball. But I think when it went to him, 2 minds. Is there enough bodies in the box, or shall I cut it back to McAllister, who'd set the whole play up?
Terrific run by McAllister.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Weatherall beaten in the air. Pemberton, spare man at the back. Radibi. Taylor, Milošević. The battle that's going on there between him and Radibi. Supported there by Andy Gray.
He always gives you a chance of a little bite at the ball, does Savo, because he dwells on it a little bit. He's confident enough to hold it up in midfield, but he does tempt defenders in to have a little rattle at him. A little bit disturbing how many times Dwight Yorke has beaten Weatherall already in the air.
Yes.
But not only Weatherall, but Weatherall and Radibi.
Here's Yorke again. Little touch on the ground, but there's a foul and a free kick to Leeds United. It's going to be John Pemberton. No, he's going to leave it to Lucas Radibi, who in turn is going to leave it to John Lukic.
I think from here they've got to somehow or try and get this onto Alan Wright. It's a hell of a long kick though, because so they're strong in that area. This is a test of it. They're strong in that area with Ugo and McGrath coming across that side. They're somehow, if they're going to throw high balls, it's offside.
Offside. Flag is up.
There you saw the difference between Yeboah facing a goal, even if it was offside. Yes. He latched onto it. When he has balls played into him, he's not aware. He's well offside. It would have been a lucky ball for him.
A quick reaction to him.
Yeah.
Speed. Strong with the challenge. Gray. Draper. This looks a good break for Villa. Charles. Milošević is in there. Taylor's in there. Yorke is in there. Palmer's going to make sure it's all academic though. Oh, and he's given it away to Draper. Dwight Yorke drifting wide as he does so dangerously. Townsend. And again Townsend, hitting it long this time and far too long. Although Taylor might make something of it. Is Kelly in trouble here? Well, he needed some support from Weatherall. Here's Kelly. Southgate cutting it out. Right. Oh, Andy Townsend in there.
Oh, Andy, what a touch. I mean, that's a brilliant little layup by Milošević. A great time run from Andy. I'm not sure whether he felt Andy then when he was going to try and play Milošević back in, but
that's the thought that
it looked a ball to take through himself, didn't it? I mean, he timed his run to perfection, and Milošević put it right into his path.
Free kick to Leeds. Radibi. And again Radibi. Gary Charles, wasn't a good ball by the defender. That's a better one by Charles. And here's Yorke again, turning well, trying to take Pemberton out of the game. Always causing Pemberton problems here. But then Speed coming to support and gets the ball away towards Gray. Comes again to Dwight Yorke. And Yorke again, hit Lukic with it. Well, you could say Lukic knew nothing about it, but the one thing you can say also about Lukic is that he stood up really big for that one, because Yorke truly hit it.
I must admit, when he latches onto this one, Dwight, when he latched onto it, I thought he was going to go across the goal like he did in the game earlier in the season. He's tried, actually. Fair to Lukic, stood his ground well.
Yeboah, but the first real opening of the game, and it fell to Aston Villa. Radibi backpedaling, Yorke is after him. It'll be a goal kick.
He's good at that, Dwight Yorke. He knows that Gary Speed's pushed on. There's the incident. It's rebounded back to him. And I think it's Pemberton has dwelt off him a little bit. He's done well to get the first block.
Yeah.
From there, well, good goalkeeping. Stood up, didn't give himself up. But Dwight Yorke's exceptionally good at running the gullies, and he'll run in the space that Gary Speed's leaving. He'll want the ball slid up there all day if he can.
Palmer miscontrolled the header, but got back quickly. Then there was an obstruction there by Charles. A free kick to Leeds United. What a waste of a kick. Ugo Ehiogu to Yorke. Taylor's made a terrific break down the left-hand side. Yorke has spotted him. Milošević in the middle. Townsend's gone up quickly. Wright is supporting from behind. Here's Alan Wright. Taylor again. Yorke. Milošević. And Villa hold him up. And again McAllister makes the break. And again he's got support on both sides. This time it's Gray. Kelly's outside him. My goodness, what about this for a bit of confidence? Oh my goodness, a great bit of play there by the 18-year-old.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's an exciting one, that.
A note in the manager's handbook. And another look from the other side of the field at this terrific run by 18-year-old Andy Gray.
Oh, good feet. Gareth Southgate doesn't know what that is then. He's got a lot of goal to go. He's probably leaning forward a little bit. But that's encouraging for him. Because probably he'll come in with really no nerves. Completely. He won't know what it's all about. He'll be uninhibited by that. That's a brilliant sort of
Yeboah.
exciting one for him.
Kelly. I know yesterday with Howard Wilkinson, he was pondering whether or not to gamble on young Andy Gray, but he was saying, I think I might go with the kid, he said.
It's funny how that can work for you. Now, I remember we did the same 2 years ago with Graham Fenton.
That's right.
Right out of the blue, stuck him in, hadn't got time to think about it, the lad had a blinder.
But you were saying, you were talking to Carlton Palmer earlier on, you were saying if he plays, he could be the match winner for us.
Yeah, he was very, very optimistic about the lad. He thought he could hold the ball up well and support Yeboah.
Well, here's a corner for Leeds. McAllister with it. Weatherall wants it. Radibi's in there. Gray's in there. Yeboah, of course, is there. Speed is there as well. Good catch.
Well, that's a positive one. He's come close on 18 yards to take that, and he's climbed above a lot of big people.
Milošević.
See the winning aerial balls now. You wouldn't expect David Weatherall to lose balls in the air against people.
But here's McAllister. First time he's played in a cup final of any sort here. Milošević. there, that one. The tackle was bound to come in. Draper. Charles. Here's Yorke. Robbie with him. Charles with the cross. Lukic. No problem.
Great link-up play. They're getting it into Yorke's feet early, and he's linking the play up terrific. I mean, that was superb link-up play between Charles and Yorke.
Here's Tony Yeboah into the path of McAllister, trying to get Andy Gray on the far side. He's got support from Kelly.
A lot more fluency about the Villa play. They're more compact. They're playing shorter, quick 1- and 2-touch passing with a lot of mobility. Leeds at the moment, I think, are prepared to say, all right, we'll play on very much a counter and leave a lot to the two front players, sometimes supported by McAllister.
Free kick to Leeds. Ladbrokes, in fact, making Villa 5-4 favourites. Leeds 2-1. 2-1 the draw. First to score, they couldn't separate Dwight Yorke and Tony Yeboah, each at 4-1. Pemberton.
I think we were having a little thought about the quirks of football. Famous old Villa name, Andy Gray.
Yes. Well, here's Villa with another attack. Savo Milošević. Oh, a terrific goal! A fantastic goal by Milošević. The 22-year-old from Partizan Belgrade, who's been the butt of a few jokes this season because Milošević, they called him. Well, he didn't miss this one. He saved the best shot of all for the biggest stage of all. And Aston Villa are 1-0 ahead through Savo Milošević.
Phenomenal strike. Full credit to Taylor. Ian Taylor made a great run from the side to occupy defenders, but I think Howard Wilkinson will be very unhappy with Pemberton. Pemberton backed off and backed off and backed off. Everybody knows Savo is a left-footed player. He should have been closing down the left-hand side and getting closer to him. But full credit. Great strike. But look, there's the run. The run takes Weatherall in field. Now he's gone.
That is a phenomenal strike.
Great strike. Great strike. But that's when you expect your defender to say, hey, he's in the zone, he's in the danger zone, got to clean that one out.
That's his first ever goal in the Coca-Cola Cup, and he's chosen Wembley to score it.
But in all fairness, Brian, I think Villa have dominated the proceedings so far. I mean, they've settled into the game, and I think they've caused the back three of Leeds a lot of problems.
Speed to McAllister. To Palmer. And Wright gets it away. Up to Milošević. A lot of credit actually to the Villa backroom staff and to Brian Little. They've stuck with Milošević even though chances were going away. They felt there was something about Milošević that would be good for Aston Villa, and that certainly has prospered now. Townsend.
To be fair, at the moment they're threatening to run riot.
Sorry?
Villa are threatening to run riot at the moment. They're far slicker in the passing, far more compact as a team, and at the moment, in many ways, Leeds are chasing shadows.
I mean, he's taken some stick this season, Milošević, from critics all around the place, from us included.
He scored 14 goals.
And he scored 14 goals.
Well, something like that, at least 14, isn't it?
But I read somewhere this morning he couldn't hit a cow's backside with a banjo. Well, I tell you what, he's hit the back of a net with alacrity today.
He hit it 5 times against us already.
Yeboah, good ball. Oh, and McAllister tried so hard to get it into Palmer. Yorke. It came off McAllister and it falls for Townsend. Milošević is in there again. But he was very well tracked indeed there by Weatherall. And have a look at Milošević's goal again. Onto that left foot of his. A terrific strike. Villa's corner, which Draper will take. Played short to Dwight Yorke. And now for Draper, curled in by him. Southgate's up there but won't reach it. Townsend poorly back in there, and in the end it's a goal kick.
So they're getting ball all over the place. That's not something you expect to see Leeds having problems with, defending corners.
So what do they do, Ron?
Well, I think somehow or other they've got to try and they've certainly got to tighten up at the back. I think they've been very, very loose. The back three have been very, very loose with their defending. Allowing Yorke, every time the ball's played into Yorke and Milošević, they can accept it and link up the play. So they've got to nullify that to start with. And then they've got to try and get Palmer and McAllister higher up the field. At the moment, mainly Leeds midfield has spent the time tracking back, albeit because Villa are pushing them there.
Right to Southgate. The flag has stayed down. This is still Southgate. Almost got it through to Milošević again.
I mean, at the moment, unless they can gain some supremacy, all you can see is Villa going on to get another goal.
Well, here's Townsend. Robbie's backing off him. It's still Townsend onto the right foot, and this time Lukic having a very sharp word with his defender, backing off to that extent.
Almost a carbon copy. That's the third time. One cost them a goal. That nearly cost them a goal. And the other one was when the ball hit Lukic on the chest. Whether it's because they're not used to playing this system so much, although they've played it a couple of times against Liverpool recently. I don't know.
Up towards Yeboah. McAllister. Kelly. McAllister again. Offside against Palmer.
I mean, I certainly think it's a system that if it continues like this, Howard will dispense with.
Milošević getting the better of Weatherall, and then Ford.
Strange. You don't expect to see David Weatherall done on things like that. You expect to see him winning the first ball from the goalkeeper.
Nice turn. Milošević is there. Quickly challenged. Play on, said the referee.
The other thing Leeds must do, of course, Brian, is they've got to try and keep the score at a minimum as it is, because their turn in the game will come, because Villa players are playing at such a tempo. People like Townsend are here, there and everywhere, and you just wonder whether that could tax them a little bit at some stage.
It's a big pitch, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, if Villa, at the moment, you could see Villa going on to 2 and 3.
Weatherall gets there first. But Ian Taylor picks it up for Villa. And now Andy Townsend.
He's everywhere this far. Jack was on about before the game what a great player he is, and he's everywhere at the moment, Townsend.
It's a Leeds throw. Not been in a major final, Leeds, remember, since 1973. They were beaten here by Sunderland in the FA Cup final. Yeboah. That ricocheted very conveniently for Carlton Palmer.
Oh, I didn't see it. Carlton should have looked in early. Yeboah had made a great run in field.
Yeboah had just slipped McGrath there, hadn't he? He's forward, making a very good run. But in the end, trying just a bit too much, and Ehiogu's there.
There you see the strength of the man.
And not only that, look at that for a ball to Dwight Yorke on the far side. Draper's gone through the middle too. It's still with Yorke. Milošević is in the middle. Little Alan Wright's coming quickly as well, and it's gone across the face of the goal for a goal kick.
I mean, that would have been a wonderful goal. Great build-up play, mainly through the centre half of Yorke. As you say, Alan Wright has steamed into the box a little late here.
You can see him on the left of the picture there. He's
a little rolling ball, and Wright's got a better chance than a penalty. But they're enjoying it. I think that's the big thing at the moment. The Villa team, they're enjoying the occasion and they're enjoying the way they're playing.
Townsend with the corner then for Aston Villa. Well, they had trouble getting that one away. But not that. Straight from Draper into the arms of Lukic. Six Aston Villa goal attempts, just one for Leeds United. Charles getting better at speed, puts the ball long, too long. Badly. Mark Draper now. Yorke backing away. Radibi read that well. Nipped in, found speed. Quarter of an hour of the first half left. And Ugo and McGrath at odds with each other. Oh, McGrath is being booked.
I wonder whether that's for the retaliation or whether it's for the challenge from behind, which wasn't a particularly violent one, was it?
Not really. A free kick to Leeds though, McAllister with it, Palmer's in there. But Taylor did a good job, turned in again by Kelly towards Yeboah. And here's Gary Charles. Another throw for Aston Villa. Harbour. Forward. Kelly's away on the right. He's done well there. McAllister with a header.
To be fair, Kelly did remarkably well, because I thought the Villa defenders were pushing him into an area that wasn't particularly dangerous, and that's a very, very good ball. A bit of luck, that might have just fallen into Yeboah's path.
Forward to McAllister. Well, there's still a long way to go yet. He's also got Brian Deane and Thomas Brolin on the bench. Brolin's certainly a big match player, isn't he?
Very much indeed, yeah. I mean, but he hasn't really been a big player since he's been at Leeds, hasn't he? He hasn't done anything like you would have expected him to.
Sorry, Ron.
I was going to say on the other hand, Brian Deane, I honestly thought Brian Deane would play today.
Yeah. Oh, it's Milošević again.
Oh, I mean, the defence are all at 6s and 7s. They haven't a clue at the moment where they are, the Leeds back line.
Do you think they might be tempted to put Palmer back in defence?
No, I think his energy is too vital for them in midfield. I think they will have to have him in midfield. I think the way they'll do it is possibly flattening out into a back four if necessary. I mean, it won't happen for a while. I mean, they'll stick with it like this for a while, and you know, just hope that they can claw their way back into the game.
Weatherall with the clearance up towards Yeboah. Palmer's long legs, Andy Gray's young legs, but Southgate gets there first, finds Mark Bosnich. Ehiogu with a long ball forward, and here's Milošević again. Oh, he's gone past Radibi. Milošević again, and a good challenge that time, and a timely one right at the last ditch there by John Pemberton.
But I mean, there's no way in the world, Brian, the Leeds defence should have been in trouble from a long ball like that from Ugo Ehiogu. It's a good ball, but Savo's not the quickest player in the world yet. He's been able to pull it down in a wide area, and as you say, great retrieving tackle. Radibi's having a problem on the left-hand side of defence. A major problem.
Well, it's Draper with the corner. McGrath couldn't get a touch on that. A chance for Leeds to break now. The long legs of Carlton Palmer.
He needs Kelly to run past Wright here for his pace.
That's what he's done. But Palmer's come inside, he turned around, and by then Paul McGrath had come back. McAllister, momentum's lost a little bit in this Leeds attack now. But here's Yeboah. And you get the better of Gary Charles. They get a throw.
It's funny with Tony Yeboah, he never convinces you when he's away from the penalty area. I mean, when he's in the penalty area, obviously he does convince you, but when he's away from there, even then you weren't convinced he was going to beat Gary Charles.
Speed. A little chip in. Too high for Andy Gray. Palmer tried to make something of it. McAllister's trying to make something of it, but now it's Milošević again for Villa. Ian Taylor's up ahead of him. Dwight Yorke is away on the far side. Here's Yorke versus Weatherall. Oh, that's an obstruction that's going to bring about a yellow card for Weatherall. And he really can't argue with that.
You might think his lucky stars that Pemberton was maybe a little bit more central.
Precisely. If he'd been the last defender.
Yeah.
There's the free kick. There's the handling again of John Lukic. The winners, remember, going to Europe into the UEFA Cup next season. So it's a real money-spinning payday here for the team that wins. Speed with the header. With the clearance. Oh, a nice little touch there by Milošević, and here's Townsend streaming through, and he's got Draper on that side. Draper looking to get the right sort of angle. In the end finds Taylor, and now Wright. Draper again. Wright's coming to the middle. Taylor. Draper. Playing like a side that knows all about success. They've been beaten only 3 times this year, 3 times in the last 20 games. I think there's going to be a yellow card for Ford.
So a lot of that is frustration. He got caught piggy in the middle against the passing triangles. I'm not so sure that's a booking. Not for me. Andy Townsend's quicker to the ball. He's flicked it past him. Andy's not bothered by that.
Townsend on the ball now. Chip. It's intended for Milošević, but it was a way off target. Goal kick to Leeds United.
And every time the Villa attack, you get the impression they're going to get in for a goal-scoring chance, don't they? The way the movement and the slick passing. Funnily enough, when Leeds come forward, you don't really get the same belief. You know, they look rock solid there, the Villa, the 3 in the middle.
McAllister. Yeboah chasing on, Southgate holding him up and doing it well, but Yeboah's got something to answer with yet. Kelly trying to get round Southgate, succeeds in doing so. Yeboah with a header, and 2 were there, both Gray and Speed, and neither of them frustratingly could just get ahead to that ball, but that was possibly the best chance that Leeds have had so far.
It was. He's done well again here, Kelly. He's been channeled away, looks to have no chance, stands it in. Yeboah, you think's got a little touch. And to be fair to Charles, he's just done enough to stop Speed flying at that one. I actually wonder whether young Gray was whether he anticipated it enough. I thought Gray might have been going in on it as well.
Weatherall's header. Taylor takes it up now for Villa. Draper. Okay.
I think it's been a very, particularly from the Villa. I think Villa have been excellent in the first half. Bright, sharp and lively. If it stays like this till half-time, I think Leeds have had a little bit of a result, to be fair, at this stage, because they've been second so many times, and it does at least give Howard a chance to say rectified either tactically or from not an attitude point of view, but from a, if you like, a belief point of view.
Up goes Yeboah. Pemberton. Yeboah beaten by the challenge of McGrath. Palmer. And now Ford. Gets it through to McAllister. Through to Palmer again. There are a few white shirts are up there right on half-time. Here's Gary Kelly. Wright trying to force him inside first of all, now trying to get him down that line. And in the end concedes a corner. super little fullback Alan Wright. He's done really well for Villa this season. Well, it's Gary Speed. Badib is up there. McAllister right on the goal line. Can Leeds bring it level right on half-time? Curled in, McAllister almost got his head to it. In fact, it was the fist of Bosnich just above his head, and a long clearance there by Townsend, and only Milošević is up, but Draper has come flying forward for Villa, but Radibi, who is a strong-minded man, kept his ground well, kept his head, and more than that, finds McAllister with a good ball. But Villa have got plenty of people back.
Yeah, they hold the attack up well, Villa, defensively. They hold the attack up and get numbers back.
Half-time whistle. What an excellent first half it's been. And capped off by a superlative goal by Milošević. Let's have a word with the Villa manager, Brian Little.
Brian, a tremendous start for you. Milošević has had a lot of criticism, but that really vindicates all your faith in him, that goal today.
Well, it helps, yeah. I mean, it's a good strike. He's had some good strikes this season, had one or two silly ones, but if it proves to be the winner, we'll all be delighted, obviously, but there's a long way to go, guys.
Do you feel he played well in that half?
We've done all right, slightly better than them, I would say, but it's still pretty tight.
And away we go then at the start of the second half. Goes Paul McGrath. Empton. McAllister. We've got to be brighter, says Howard Wilkinson. We've got to pass the ball better. Somehow they've got to conjure up a goal.
And they've still got to be able to contain Villa in midfield. I'm just worrying, it looks like Andy Gray's going into a sort of semi-midfield role.
Pemberton. Palmer. Ehiogu for Villa. Leans after him, hasn't had a touch yet.
Just seen twice in the last 30 seconds the value of Brian Deane. All of a sudden, big Ugo Ehiogu, who's been for me the dominant defender on the field, has been pressurised twice and hasn't been able to deal with it anything like as comfortably as he did in the first half.
Weatherall couldn't get to that one the first time, but he did the second. There's McGrath. Deane as reliable as ever. The ball comes in once again. Weatherall's there with the header, but no problems at all. An easy bounce for Mark Bosnich. Leeds United's throw. Only one win in their last 6 games. Not exactly overflowing with confidence, but they've certainly made a brighter start to this second half now. Palmer.
I think they've got to be very, very careful that they don't empty midfield too soon, because if they do, Draper and Townsend will cut them to ribbons.
Well, here is Draper now. Milošević has gone wide for him. Here's Milošević. Weatherall did well. Charles, back to Townsend. Yorke. Leeds get it away again though. Yeboah couldn't get on the end of it. Weatherall got on the end of that. Yeboah chesting it down. No foul. Dwight Yorke has got behind the defence this time. Cross comes in. Oh, it bounced awkwardly there. Ian Taylor, it bounced awkwardly as well for him. Palmer. Hit long towards Deane. McAllister. Great challenge there between McAllister and Townsend, and it's Brian Deane taking it up as the Yorkshire crowds are roaring him on. And he finds Gary Speed. Andy Gray's on the outside. Deane and Yeboah in the middle. And Kelly's in there too, but so too is Bosnich.
I think the biggest single difference Brian Deane has given them is a lot of more, if you like, passion and drive and verve for the game. I mean, at least now McGrath and Ehiogu know that they've got a battle on their hands and that somebody to share the load with Yeboah. But there are acres, I keep repeating this, there's acres of space in midfield because McAllister's going to drive on. Gray's not a naturally defensive midfield player, so at the moment Palmer seems to be stuck between about 3 Villa midfield players who are all very, very good at coming forward.
Dean held up there by Taylor. Speed. Got a good record, a good goal-scoring record in this competition too. Here he is again, Gary Speed. Played the ball nicely in for Andy Gray. Oh, he's done well here, Gray. And good work by Bosnich. And there's certainly more of a spark about Leeds in this second half. They've got a corner.
The young lad on about 3 or 4 occasions, young Gray has shown some great feet. I mean, his footwork there was sensational. He's almost tied McGrath up in a reef knot there, coming out right.
Here comes the corner with Gary McAllister. Leeds' hopes are rising. They still got to find a goal. Curled in there. Robbie was right in there, but he went the wrong way. Milošević. Oh, McAllister again. They've given it away. McAllister shot charged down. Just listen to those Leeds fans now.
Well, it's taken them a long time, but now they're getting something to cheer a little bit. They're seeing their side driving forward.
Up goes Dwight Yorke, challenging Pemberton. It's Yorke now for Villa. Oh, he's done him beautifully there. There's a little cross towards Milošević again. Townsend's in there too, and somehow Leeds keep them out. Charles. Draper. That's a good ball for Gary Charles. He takes up such good positions there. It's a corner then for Villa. Andy Townsend will take it. Big Paul McGrath up. Taylor's in there. Milošević. Dwight Yorke on the goal line. Villa looking for that second goal of a cushion, but not with a corner like that. Kelly. Yeboah. This is a break. A big Ghanaian striding forward, but Draper and Wright between them hold him at bay. Weatherall versus Yorke. Weatherall wins that one comfortably enough. Wright. Milošević. Becoming a very good cup final this now, with Villa still leading 1-0. Draper. Milošević. Ehiogu. Again. Charles. It's with Dwight Yorke. Little touch for Andy Townsend onto the left foot. Long shot. Moving a bit in the air, but Lukic had his eyes on it. Oh, that's McGrath clearance only goes to Andy Gray. And Ehiogu holds him up. This is good stuff now.
It's certainly a high-tempo game now. I mean, in the first half, Villa were controlling all the moves. They're dominating play. They're having a good spell at the moment, but to be fair to them, Leeds are at least making a fight of it now. They're driving the game forward a little bit.
did well. Offside against Dwight Yorke. Not much in it, but he was. Linesman absolutely spot on.
He lost his defender as well. He pulled on Pemberton's shoulder, and Pemberton, in all fairness, didn't really know where Dwight was then.
Lukic with the kick. Townsend's clearance. Up to Milošević. Little touch by him to Draper. Forward now to Dwight Yorke. Townsend. Look at the run of Alan Wright here. From one side of the field to the other he's gone. And it's a goal! It's Taylor and it's 2.
Result of some good play down the left-hand side between Townsend and a deep cross. I wonder about the goalkeeper here. I just wonder. Probably thought Robbie was going to deal with it, but that's a full volley from Ian Taylor. Couldn't have struck it any better. At one stage I thought the goalkeeper was going to come and try and claim it. Perhaps that's a bit harsh, but an excellent finish.
And a terrific bit of play there by Alan Wright in the first place. He's all over the field and storming up that left-hand side there. And here come Villa again. This time it's Draper. Yorke. Taylor. Dwight Yorke. It's going to be a hard game for Leeds to pull around now. Milošević. Southgate.
Yeah, they're going to have to dig something out from somewhere, Brian, which in terms of areas, this is the stage where I thought maybe, and I think even the goalkeeper himself had made up his mind to start coming, but that is some strike.
Speed with a throw. McAllister. Gray. Nice little back heel. McAllister getting to the byline. Possibilities here for Leeds, but no.
Say it's incredible that the majority of Leeds' best moments, or the most threatening moments, have come when young Gray's got possession. I mean, that little back heel is terrific nerve.
Robbie. It falls for Dwight Yorke. Villa crowd's looking for something spectacular here. He finds Townsend, and a good strike there by Draper. They're playing some stuff again now, Villa.
Yeah, they're well in control. I mean, long ball up from Bosnich there, the little knockdown, and all of a sudden 2 support midfield players. Andy Townsend pops it off, and that's about the 3rd good shot that Villa have had that's gone down the keeper's throat. I mean, the scoreline could be absolutely humiliating at the moment.
You have to whistle loud in this atmosphere, Andy, to make yourself heard. 11 goal attempts by Villa, 5 by Leeds. Up goes Palmer, over his head. Robbie gets it clear. Right, a nice little cushioned header. And here's Townsend in space, looking for Yorke and finding him. Being forced away, though. Yorke again. Draper. Charles is there. Milošević away on the right. Yorke. Charles, Dwight Yorke. Townsend turning away from trouble, finding support from McGrath. Southgate hitting it long and hitting a good one long there, but speed got back. Thomas Brolin, Swedish international, getting ready to come on for Leeds.
Well, the natural one to come off, you would think, would be young Andy Gray, but that would be, I think he'd be a bit hard done by if he had to come off.
We think it might be Radivi.
What do you think that means then, Brian? Do you think he'll put Palmer at the back, or do you think he'll play Speed as a left-sided, a left full-back, if you like?
Radivi finds Gray. Speed to Dean. Down the line it goes again. Gary Speed, beaten by the challenge of Paul McGrath.
That's the difference in the two sets of central defenders. The Villa trio push over as quickly as a hole develops in wide areas. They push over and cover it very quickly.
It's Radivi who's gone.
I think this is going to be a very, very interesting team selection. Whether Pemberton's pushing over there and Kelly's coming back to make the third man at the back, I'm not sure. And I don't think the Leeds players are quite sure at the moment.
Brolin obviously came on with a message and gave it to Gary Speed, so maybe it's Speed who's got to drop into the back line.
Yeah, that's it. Kelly's got, they're flattened out, they've gone forward. They've gone Speed as a left-sided defender. They've gone Kelly back into his orthodox right-back position. And Andy Gray's come out as a right winger.
And Dean is a waiver on the left, which is where he quite often does play, down that left flank, isn't he? But at the moment, it's Yorke battling away with Pemberton, with Milošević in some space inside. Still Dwight Yorke, plays it for Milošević. And it'll go for the corner. Good play again by Dwight Yorke.
That's good defending, actually. That's the sort of defending they haven't really done, because Milošević has opened himself out onto his left foot and has nearly given himself a very good chance.
Here comes a corner taken by Mark Draper. Too deep. Milošević challenging, but it'll be a Leeds throw. Still with Dwight Yorke, and now Mark Draper, Dean, Brolin. He's picked out Kelly with a good ball here. Cut out by Wright. Can Weatherall get there? Can. But now the break is on for Villa. Mark Draper leading it. Milošević is through the middle. He's told Draper where he wants it, but instead Draper's picked up Dwight Yorke. Still with Yorke, picks up Milošević onto the left foot, and it's charged down again.
But it was the Leeds defence on the retreat again, backing off and backing off. I mean, I thought for a minute Yorke was going to take it through himself and have a pop.
McAllister. And now Gray. Nicking the ball inside. Kelly's available to him. McAllister's got his head down and charging, and good play by Gareth Southgate.
There it is again, you see. The third defender getting across and covering the danger space quickly. Villa have worked, I mean, they've worked all season as a unit like this, whereas Leeds have only just started doing it.
Yeboah. McAllister, a little chip by him. Dean tries to get the hit, and Brolin almost got a foot on it. Howard Wilkinson will tell you that this man is very effective when he comes on as a substitute. They still doubt whether he's 100% fit to play effectively from the opening minute, but when he comes on as a sub, he has made a difference. Speed. Oh, badly dispossessed there by Dwight Yorke. Taylor's coming in to help him. So too is Gary Charles.
Well, they were queuing up. He had so many options then, Dwight, didn't he?
Here we are again, Ron.
Yeah, it's like pick a pass. Gary Charles is arriving. In fact, I thought he was a lot closer than that.
Yeah. It's fascinating stuff, really, because Leeds have got to take these sort of risks now, and it's opening up all sorts of possibilities at the other end for Aston Villa.
Well, I mean, Villa have thrived on the space given them to them most of the game anyway, and you know, it'll only get increasingly so, I think.
Townsend, Wright, Draper, and now Southgate. Hit long, Milošević is charging after it. Weatherall should get there first, gets it back. Not an easy back pass for Lukic to deal with, but he deals with it comfortably in the end.
You see, it's just a straight ball over the top, and I mean, with all fairness to Milošević, he likes the ball into feet. He doesn't really like to go off on runs. This caused them untold problems there.
Comes out again to Gary Charles. It'll be a throw. Townsend. Over the top. Well, in fact, it's gone for a corner, surely.
No, it's offside. It's offside line, yeah,
offside.
And he's really optimistic now, trying his hand from that distance. I mean, he's had a phenomenal game, I think, Townsend, today. I think he has been an absolute captain. I mean, a lot of it was made of the confrontation about Gary McAllister and himself, and I think it's fair to say that at the moment, anyway, he's won it hands down.
Oh, Brolin threading a ball through almost into the path of Yeboah. The odd little quiver coming from Leeds United, 2 down. Speed couldn't get on the end of that one. Pemberton held up Dwight Yorke there. Milošević. Into Yorke. Into Townsend. Slip at the crucial moment. Andy Gray. To Thomas Brolin. And now for Gary Kelly. Brolin's gone away down the right for him. Gray again. Palmer. Space over there for Speed. Towards McAllister. That'll come out now for Gray. Chip by him towards Yeboah. Good safe handling and good swift anticipation again by Mark Bosnich.
He loves that. He will love that.
He's handled well all afternoon.
Yeah, but he likes that. Just want to get in amongst people. Loves it.
Milošević.
I can't believe the problems Leeds have had with just a long ball down the middle. They've had untold problems with the big kick.
McAllister almost forcing Townsend into the error. Palmer. That'll be a Leeds ball. Been a difficult game for the referee. He's handled it well though. It's not too much fuss. It's McAllister, Brolin, and Ehiogu gets it clear to Yorke. Offside flag is up.
No, he's given a foul. It's a foul, you know. He's in his own half there, actually. I think he's just given Weatherall a little nudge as he went to gather it.
Must be. It's in that half of the field. Speed. Stopped by Charles. Been some good performances all around this Villa side. Gary Charles hasn't done much wrong, has he?
They haven't had a bad player. I mean, they've had it. You could virtually say they've had 10 outstanding players, or 10 outfield outstanding players. I think Bosnich hasn't had an awful lot to do. What he's done competently. But I mean, the number of times Townsend, Yorke and Draper have put passes together has been untrue.
That was a nice little touch by Brolin. Yeboah couldn't quite pick it up from Palmer. That was hit a little too fiercely. McGrath. Taylor, scorer of the second goal. Leeds are backing off. Yorke is up alongside him. Palmer's coming back to attack him. And in the end, Leeds just look around and allow Dwight Yorke to pick it up again. He might be punished for this, no. McAllister's there. Knocking the ball up to Brolin. Southgate hits it straight at Kelly. And now Brolin. That's a foul. Free kick quickly taken. McAllister. Gray. And Wright gets it clear. Kelly. Long towards Dean, who was coming in on that far side, but Ehiogu again got a valuable header in for Villa. Speed crossing it in again. Palmer's in there with a header. McGrath gets it clear. Leeds looking for a goal now to revive their hopes here. And again, Bosnich is there, anticipated it well, grabbed it high above the head both of Yeboah and Dean. The clock will tell him that he's got about 12 minutes left to put this right.
Yeah, but where he'll be disappointed, Howard, he'll know his team hasn't done him justice today. He'll know that. I mean, they've come here and, you know, at least when you come to a final, you want your team to play it at its best, and they'll be the first to admit that they haven't done themselves justice. Having said that, I shouldn't detract. Villa have been excellent.
No.
I mean, I wonder whether somebody like Andy Townsend would be able to keep the sort of tempo he's maintained all match, and he shows not one little bit of sign of flagging.
Given away there by Speed, but Dwight Yorke couldn't make anything of it. The ricochet falls to Milošević, and now to Draper. Wright. Milošević. And away goes Andy Gray. He's found Brolin. Brolin in turn trying to find Yeboah, but Yeboah has had no change whatsoever out of this back three of visitors this afternoon, and Southgate beats him quite comfortably there. That came off Draper, so it's going to be a Leeds throw. Palmer's gone well forward now. McAllister. Palmer's gone up and stayed up. Ehiogu with that clearance. And now the break is on again.
Yeah, but here's the danger now. They haven't got one midfield player back, and it's a spring against them. And there's Yorke just pulling wide, looking up now, he's attacking the defender, as he's done for most of the day.
So Yorke with Milošević on this side. Taylor's come up quickly. Sorry, Ron.
Just saying, as he's done most of the afternoon, yes. He's been allowed to turn and go at them.
Taylor. Yorke. Draper. Wright. Again it's Draper. Taylor. Villa fans enjoying this. Southgate. So he wants to go all the way, why not? But Palmer now can get the action springing to the other end. McAllister. Kelly. No. Southgate finds Draper. And Leeds had that hopeful spell early in the second half, but other than that,
Second goal's killed them, hasn't it?
Second goal has killed them, and Villa have looked the better side for most of the day.
Oh, they've murdered them.
Offside against Yorke.
I actually think, Brian, it's been a classic Wembley performance.
By Villa, yes.
They've passed the ball excellently, 1 and 2 touch, they've fizzed it around. And to be fair to Leeds haven't done themselves justice, but they've been chasing shadows for long periods where Villa haven't allowed them to get near the ball.
Kelly with a kick. Dean going for it. Corner given. So Leeds got a corner. They're calling up Gary Speed to take it. A little over 8 minutes left. Just to imagine if Leeds were to nick one here now. They've got 3 players on the goal line. Here's the corner. Loaded in again. Safe pair of hands of Mark Bosnich.
It's incredible, isn't it? Whenever you play Leeds at Ellen Road or whatever it stands, looks like Staunton's going to get a little outing. Whenever you play Leeds at Ellen Road, every dead ball, every set play, they send their big brigade up. You're always panicking for your life, and they haven't caused one threat today from it.
Rolene beaten by Taylor. Taylor with a little ball forward, and Draper's on the way now with Yorke on one side, and an offside flag goes up.
I think Yorke is right there. I don't think he was offside, but the ball was heavy anyway. But it must be a lovely old feeling in a cup final to be head of the field at this stage. No, he looks just about onside there. But I mean, the ball was heavy anyway.
Yeah, 2 up with
2 up, but enjoying yourself and expressing yourself, and not really.
And not sensing you're in any trouble at all.
That's right. It's not really as if you think, oh, don't let them in.
That's right.
You actually get the feeling that there's more in it for the Villa if they win it. I mean, they've passed the ball around now, but it's not been demonstration passing, it's been urgency. There's been a purpose to the passing. I mean, Yorke's big contribution to the season, of course, has been his goal scoring, but I'll bet he's not played a better game than he's played today.
Really?
Well, he's linked the play, he's shown for things, he's been a hell of a problem, and he's been in any number of outstanding performances.
Here's Kelly now for Leeds. Rolene. And Wright gets it away. McAllister. Space to measure up across. In fact, he's found Brian Dean. Dean tries to get it back to him. Needs a crossing now from Gray. Ricocheted, almost nonchalantly kicked away or stabbed away there by Alan Wright in the first place, and then Draper. Offside flag goes up. Free kick to Aston Villa. Pemberton with that header. To Charles. Here's Speed again. Nice little touch there by Yeboah, and Palmer going through, and Brolin on the far side. Leeds making a late break here, and Palmer with a header, and he's just over. That was probably Leeds' best move of the game.
It was easily their best move of the game, Brian. Some great link-up play. Turns this back in, Brolin now. And Carlton Palmer just can't get over the top of the ball. That was the most incisive passing movement of the game.
Brolin played a big part in it, but here's Bosnich with a goal kick for Villa. Inside the last 3 minutes. Kelly. Up to Palmer, he let it go. Yeboah. Dean is there. Speed. That's going to be a corner. McAllister will take it. Leeds plastering that Villa area with white shirts now, including Weatherall back there. Held in, fisted away. Good piece of keeping. By Southgate. Here's Milošević up here. If he can keep it running, and Yorke is up alongside him. But no, Villa have now got to, rather Leeds have got chance to get people back. Charles up to Dwight Yorke, into Milošević. Yorke again to Townsend, to Yorke, to Wright. Palmer cut that out. Carlton Palmer. Fighting Townsend for the ball and winning it. It's a nice little break, but in the end, Ehiogu was there to hold up Brian Dean. McAllister straight to Mark Draper. Oh, look at Milošević in a bit of space here. Pemberton trying to hold him up. If he gets it onto that left foot, it could be trouble. And it's Dwight Yorke, and it's another one. 3-0. Well, he's had a terrific season, Dwight Yorke, with those 22 goals. Those two vital ones in the semi-final. He's made them for Milošević, and now Milošević makes this one for him. 3-0. An emphatic finale now for Villa, and Milošević a big part of it.
Yeah, well, that can always happen when you're chasing the game, and big spaces, they've worked it down the field. Milošević very unselfish there, and that's a good finish, a nonchalant finish. A player on top of his game. Doesn't hesitate, whack. And it's not a flattering score, is it?
It's not. No, it's a realistic scoreline, to be fair. Well, the smile that lights up football has lit up Aston Villa and their fans here at Wembley this afternoon. Dwight Yorke, leading scorer, his 23rd goal of the season. But neither Dwight Yorke nor Milošević nor Taylor has been named man of the match for the Alan Hardacre Trophy. That goes to the man who's just played the ball there, the Aston Villa captain who's on the ball at the moment, Andy Townsend, and it couldn't be a better choice.
No, he's been absolutely magnificent, Andy. I mean, we all said at one stage it was going to be a confrontation of the international captains, and although he's received a lot more support by his teammates, he's deservedly won it.
Played well, over a minute of time added on now. Villa certainly go into Europe next season. They're winners of this Coca-Cola Cup, there's no doubt about that now. With, as what Ron is saying, a classic Wembley performance. Their 7th appearance in the final, their 5th victory in this final in the League Cup, the Coca-Cola Cup, equaling the record of Liverpool. And here's Dwight Yorke, and maybe they're not finished yet. Yorke. Goal kick.
His appetite's been whetted now. He wants another one.
And Leeds are looking what they are, beaten and at the moment looking a dispirited side. to Brolin. And here's Palmer. Bit of jockeying there from Gary Charles. Palmer's shot charged down by Paul McGrath. There goes the final whistle. The Coca-Cola Cup final has been won by Aston Villa. Howard Wilkinson congratulates Brian Little, and Savo Milošević, Dwight Yorke are amongst the scorers. Steve Staunton didn't get on in the end as a substitute. Ian